Goes very quickly, but it's a bit sketchy over Zoom. I think we're live now. What is up, Conversation Control? Let's welcome the legend, Andrew. I'll give you a second in a little bit to introduce yourself because, as mentioned, you're a fucking legend. Before, though, I want to quickly introduce that quick series that we run through this week because I've created some hype around the Power Hour, not just this week, also in the past, but on the 15th, we're going to give a bunch of people the opportunity to replace their marketing efforts with what we call the Power Hour. But there's so much stuff you can do out there in the market which is cool, which works, and the Power Hour isn't for anyone. So I want to give especially business coaches inside this training the opportunity to see how Andrew used the Power Hour to go from, if I remember right, out of the conversation we've had, out of about 5K a month in the past to using the Power Hour since December and really making it work in the first week of January, where you made about 27K in contracted sales, which is fucking ridiculous. With that being said, today we're going to talk about how Andrew is using the Power Hour so you can replicate that for yourself. And we're also going to share Andrew, because everyone is always bringing in his own twists to the Power Hour. And Andrew is a mindset genius. And we're going to do, I think, a funny experiment, or he's going to do a funny experiment with me today, where he's going to bring me in a state of complete silence. And I think most of the guys in that group who know me well, they know that I'm all about state management. So I'm super excited to get into a state of silence. And with that being said, dude, introduce yourself really quick.
What's up? Hi, I'm Andrew, and I'm super excited to be here. I mean, Miles is an incredible mentor and guide, and I've been geeking out on his stuff for a long time. And I took the Power Hour. It was like a flip of a coin. Like, honestly, I even was talking to my mentor at the time. I was like, should I even take this? And she's like, well, it feels good. It feels like it's kind of, you're sort of excited about it. And dude, like, I mean, it's the best decision I've made in the past decade. I don't really remember much before that, but like, literally, it's been intense. It's been wild. It's been like unpredictably great. And I built my entire framework of my business over the past, like, honestly, about 2 or 3 months, and just continues to scale, and I continue to like reach higher level clients implementing his methods. And it's been like a crazy ride, and like I have so much of that success to attribute to you, Miles.
Thank you, brother. I love it. To give weight to the twists that you made with the Power Hour and really make people understand how well you're using it and how you're changing. It's not just changing your life, but you're changing lives with it, which is fucking incredible. I quickly want to give people some insights on how you're actually, got in touch with it, kind of like running down on, what was before, what went throughout the Power Hour challenge, or the opportunity where we help people to implement the Power Hour, and then really how you're using it now to freaking make 27K in a fucking week. It's just fucking incredible. So just really quick, tell me what you mentioned before when we briefly had a chat, when you had, like the mastermind and you were doing, coaching stuff before December. Can you give me again, or tell people listening to that about that?
Dude,
just a little bit.
I'm gonna start sweating talking about that, because I remember I was working so hard. Like I was going live every single day. Like I had like a massive audience. Like I was getting 30, like I was often like 750 to 1,500 people would watch my lives every day. But like, dude, none of it was converting. Like I had all these people like with eyes on me, and I had no like strategy to actually control the audience into like warm leads, into actual rock solid sales. And dude, that challenge like literally gave me the insight and gave me the structure to just like understand the entire process of nurturing a lead into an actual sales call and closing the deal. Like and it made it so simple and so easy, and it made it predictable in 24 hours. Like I know exactly where I'm at with every conversation I'm going through in the process, and I have absolute confidence. And when you have confidence on doing something, you can do it on repeat. Like, dude, this is just like a little fun thing. Like I do my messenger, my messenger game at night. I do like 3 or 4 hours on my like more intense days when I have more time. It's it get energized from it. Like who out there could say that like cold DMing that actually energizes it, right? When you have a structure and a framework that feels really good, really congruent, and it's really, I mean, just kind and loving and really relationship building. Like every single like, dude, I don't care what they say because I'm literally just like putting out good vibes, and I'm literally in a process I have absolute confidence in, and that's predictability. Like you could just look at the numbers. Like it's like 50% of the people are gonna like go into like a DM conversation and be, you know, and actually be open to a 10-minute call. Like, you know, 40% of that is gonna be open to a sales call. Like 40% of that's gonna buy. You know, you've just got your entire funnel in 24 hours and you have control over it, right? And it's intimate, and it really creates, you know, nurtures the relationship too.
Dude, I fucking love this, and you're the perfect, you know, person to talk about the power hour, because I'm hitting on that nerve all the freaking time, which is like, look, I get it that most coaches want to hide behind their Facebook lives and cute social media posts because it gets sold very well from the market of all you need is to write and publish posts with my secret sauce or my content rotation or something like that. And what ends up happening is that things sell so well because we do not have to face the fear of actually going out there and approaching prospects with cold DMs. So people end up doing daily lives and they get actually people showing up for it, which encourages them to do it more. But at the end of the month, expecting that clients kind of like magically fall in your lab in a world where everyone is going live, it's just, you know, it's not how I want to build my business because it's not predictable. And what you have experienced now, which I love that you're sharing it, is the ability to, you know what, yes, I'm doing cold outbound and I'm actually getting energized by it. But the best part about it is, you know what, I can send messages. 50% of the messages I sent get on a 10-minute call with you. Then I get the data on the 10-minute calls that will tell me how many people then book a sales calls. I get the data on the sales calls that will tell me how many calls I need to make a sale. And that's really the control that we need, especially when we start building a business. And I freaking love that you made the transition, lean into, if you had them, those fears of, like I had them for sure, the fears of going out there and approaching people in a cold way. So fucking congratulations, dude. I fucking love it.
Dude, it's rock solid.
I fucking love it, dude. So when you first got introduced to the Power Hour challenge, or to the Power Hour, to the task itself in December, and, you know, that idea of outbound marketing, how, you know, did that resonate with you immediately, or was that more so like, oh, dude, I don't want to do that?
Dude, honestly, like I was always like felt, well, I was terrible live and creating video at the beginning, but like I got comfortable with that. But like the text game, I was uneasy about. Like honestly, like I'm always like a to the point. I'm a face-to-face guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I just am, you know? And so I never had that confidence about actual messaging. Like, I'm just kind of like, let's get to the point, you know, like it's a bad strategy, you know what I'm saying? Because you really got to warm it up a little bit, you know? And it's like, you know, putting the ingredients in for cooking a meal. Like you can't just like throw steak on the table like it's done, you know?
Sure.
And so, dude, like pretty low confidence, like in the messenger game. And it's just in it, like it opened up, just practicing it, following the structure, having something to lean on, really helped just build that structure that I could just know that it was working. And then I got to really express myself within that structure. I got to really play ball with, you know, like framing things back to them, sharing my own insight. And it really helped me like really express more and become like more authentic in Messenger, and really kind of grow and blossom in that way where people are really feeling it and people are really like enjoying that connection with me. And dude, it's been like overnight. Like I remember when I first watched you, I was like, this guy's like, I'm great at sales calls, but like you're in, like, you know, you talk about you're great at Messenger game. I was like, dude, well, we are all a little bit different. Like it's kind of my perspective. I was like, dude, like through this challenge, I was like, dude, we can just learn it. Like anybody can just learn it. You know what I'm saying? So
it's not hard. And you brought it up before. It's just foundations. It's learning the foundations. You also brought up in the challenge with the avatar and so on, but I don't want to talk too much about that. That's just part that we're building out with the Power Hour 2 with, you know, avatar and offer, making sure that this is refined at the end of the day. It's all built around the foundations. But tell me a bit more about being energized by actually doing the messaging, because what I got so often is like, I would hate going out there asking people to be friends with me. I would hate to be a spammer. Do you ever feel like a spammer using the messenger strategies?
I tell you what, like no. And when I go outside those strategies, that's when I get checked. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Like, it's just that's it. Like, it's the framework. Okay. Like, because I was sharing with you before we went live, it was like, I was like, when I'm in that vibe, I'm in that state, everything's working, I'm just having fun, I'm just connecting with people and just adding energy, adding the vibe, like adding insight, like just seeing what's up. People are opening up to that. Like, I'll be in that state and I'll step outside the box and I'll do something that's not within the strategy. I'll like try to get the 10-minute call before 24 hours. And dude, I've even got busted out directly. It's like, hey, I would have said yes if you would have waited a little bit. And I was like, that's just like the holy universe, like just coming through and be like, hey, come on, you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And so like that was really it. Like that's it. Like everything's congruent. Like the worst case scenario, like you have to bump it and be like, hey, did you catch that last message? Or, you know, you can follow up like, hey, hope I didn't, you know, hope I didn't burn any bridges or anything, you know, like, but like, no, like everyone's good. Everyone comes back with like, you know, at least thanks for sharing that. Or maybe I've got a coach, or maybe don't have the bandwidth to mentor. Like, they'll just kind of know it's leading into something, and they'll be like, all right, when you ask for the call, you know, it's like, cool, peace, thanks for your respect, and like we'll continue to build a relationship. Sometimes we'll get on the phone for another reason. Sometimes like these messenger conversations lead into like networking conversations, you know, where it's like, hey, when you go live in my group, or like you want to go like you want like talk about my software. People bring software. I'm doing a lot of automation in my business, and so it's like, let's talk about your software, and they'll give me like free licenses for their software. You know, it's like all these bonuses, or they'll know somebody that I can connect with, and so like it's just really led into like a lot of land of just magic happening in my business, and all these opportunities that are happening because I'm connecting with these people. And dude, let me share this one thing. Like, I've been a marketeer since I was like 23, dude. Like, I had a Verizon store. We did cold sales. I ran a door-to-door team, and I did like, dude, I had everything. We did mailers and everything, like since day one. And then I started networking in my 20s and 30s. And like, dude, like the power of this, being able to pick, that's one of the things that was in the challenge. You got to pick your ideal people out of the universe. Everyone's just basically 1 degree of separation away. Mm-hmm. And then with the strategy, you actually have a way to get intimate with that person right out the gate. Like, literally, you know, it's like, if you want to contact someone, they're going to be in their DMs, and you can open up a conversation with them, which is a few minutes, and have a structure that's going to actually get you in the door, where you can create interviews. You can, you know, like actually have high ticket offers with like your ideal client. And like, dude, that efficiency, that effectiveness just doesn't exist in a marketing world outside of this.
That's what I find hilarious, right? So it goes down to a simple truth. Since when was building a business ever about going live on social media rather than actually going out there and building relationships with people in your market? And as you said, back in the days, we've had to go out there and knock on doors, and we might even be lucky. Like we have to be lucky that the person we're going to talk with is actually someone we want to talk with. Now we have that incredible opportunity from universe where we can cherry pick of like, dude, that guy seems like someone I want to talk to. We go message, we go through the flow. And while when we start using it, feel like, we get eaten up by a T-Rex. If we're going to ask that person for a 10-minute call, it feels like that cringe. But all we got back, what you said, or something like, oh, dude, how about a networking opportunity? How about, you know, I might work with a coach now, but let's connect further on, maybe in the future. Yeah. It's fucking awesome. Yeah. And you end up with just like you, and like when you're pushing in hard and you're doing 3 or 4 power hours, you end up with a pipeline of networking opportunities, of prospects to talk to, with 26K weeks and other incredible stuff, because you simply face the facts that business is about building relationships, and building relationships. Yes, go live, but at the end of the day, you got to talk with the people individually. That's fucking it. And you did a great job. Incredible. Incredible. I'm very curious to know, you know, how you are specifically, you know, like right now on a high level, we don't have to go too much into the weeds, but what would you say? And I know we're going to do a mindset exercise in a little bit, but what would you say right now is making the Power Hour so effective for you at this moment? Now you got better at it, you're using it, you're making money with it. Why would you say it's working so well for you? And what are you doing that makes it so powerful for you?
You know, it's just like for me, on the practical side, like I train people, you know, I train people on using automation to like open up these like to find these ideal clients and then use the DM strategy to actually close them, right? And when people have that entire process like automated and then like the strategy programmed, dude, like my clients are using it. And like I've got a client right now that's reaching out and doing interviews like with this strategy, like with high level players, right? And like it just spreads like wildfire. And it's a process that like, dude, the ROI is just wild. Like I think I messaged you, like the ROI of that challenge is just like beyond infinity. It's insane. And as far as me, it's just giving me like something that's really another high integrity instrument. And everything, dude, one of the reasons I wanted to connect with you is because you're just a generous guy. You truly are. Like you gave so much, you overgave so much in that challenge. Like it's incredible. It's like one of those challenges you're taking. It's like kind of a roller coaster. Like everyone's like half the people probably aren't holding on, like probably not implementing, probably not downloading like all the things that you're giving out. Like it was intense and beautiful because you just gave so much. Like every time I watch you live in the morning, I'd be like, dude, like what do you have? Like you must have already had a lot of this prepared. Like, you know, like you're just giving so much every day. Like I rewatched that. Like I was like, can I download these videos? Like I want to keep, like I would just throughout the challenge, I would watch like the first 5 days videos, like just as like I would just be like, I'm going back to that one. I'm going back. And like there's so much. You can tell that you've been through you earned your stripes in the marketing world, because it's really a deep nuanced understanding of just how like the psychographic and the insight and the approach to marketing altogether, and just so much knowledge just like creeps out from those trainings. And dude, plus the messenger strategy, right? Like plus like the meat and potatoes, and it's so rich, so rich.
I love it. So